Alright, I wasn't planning on making this video so soon, but I thought I'd go ahead and make it because I've been seeing a lot of rumors floating around about a potential Sonic Heroes remaster or remake, and similar to Sonic Unleashed, a remaster for Sonic Heroes has been requested for a very long time. The game has never been ported to modern hardware or PC. It had a very outdated PC version, and there are ways to play it with mods to make everything look better, but other than that, there is no way to play Heroes on modern hardware. This is exactly why a remaster or a remake of the game is so necessary. Personally, I am not too much of a fan of this game, mainly because I just don't find it very fun, but I have to acknowledge the huge fan base this game has, and Sega has definitely noticed it too. There has been a lot of love for Sonic Heroes in official Sonic stuff, like clips from the game and Tales Tube and the whole Fast Friends Forever campaign. All of this has people speculating about a potential remaster for Sonic Heroes, and I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but a Sonic Heroes remake or remaster will most likely not happen for a very long time. But why is that? Well, I have a couple of reasons, so let's just get into it. I think we can all agree that people have mixed opinions on Sonic Heroes. You either love or hate the game. There's not really an in-between. And since review scores for Heroes were just generally average, that may be the reason why Sega won't port the game. Because in their eyes, it would just be a waste of time and resources. Why would they want to remaster a game that isn't widely praised by everybody? It just doesn't really make much sense from the business side of things. Just look at Sonic Colors Ultimate. Now, within the Sonic community, this game has a pretty mixed reception. But when it comes to actual review scores from critics, the praise is all over the place. Sonic Colors still remains as one of the highest praised 3D Sonic games, so Sega had a pretty considerable reason to remaster that game. It's the same reason why they would be better off remastering a game like Sonic Generations, because that game was and still is highly praised by Sonic fans and critics alike. And here's another thing I didn't even know about when I made my Why Sonic Unleashed Can't Get Remastered video. Back in 2010, Sega straight up delisted a shitload of Sonic games that had mixed or poor reception. Now, at the time, Sonic Heroes wasn't on these digital stores because, well, it wasn't a PS3 or 360 game, but it was also never ported like the adventure games were. It just seems that the game's mixed reception is definitely one of the reasons why this game just hasn't been ported or remastered yet. But there's a much bigger reason, and you're definitely not going to like this one. And that reason is EA. Yes, that EA. Let me explain. Sonic Heroes is built off of the Renderware engine, which was also used in numerous other games from this era. So okay, it runs on an old engine. They could just build a remaster off of that engine, right? Well, Renderware is defunct and has been for a considerably long time now. And along with that, the company that originally owned Renderware, Criterion, was bought out by EA in 2004. This means that if Sega wanted to remake Sonic Heroes, then EA would probably have to get involved to get the old-ass engine to work on modern hardware. And since EA was the one who initially pulled the plug on the whole operation way back when, then I don't think that's very likely. So if that engine is out of the question, then the game would have to be remade in an entirely different engine. And they did the same thing with Sonic Colors Ultimate, and we all know how that turned out. With the mixed reception of Heroes, I can't see this being on the to-do list for Sonic Team or any other in-house developer. They could leave the project in the hands of a third party, but again, do we really want another Colors Ultimate situation? And this time it would be even worse because Heroes was already a pretty buggy game. Add that to the mixed reception of the game and you have yourself a steaming pile of dog shit in the making. So if Sonic Heroes were ever to get remastered, then Sega really has three options. Number one, remake the game in a different graphics engine to avoid hassle with third parties and engine issues. This option wouldn't be very cost effective as it would take a lot of resources and time that could be used elsewhere. Option two, they could get Renderware working on newer hardware by working with EA. But again, that's just not very likely for the reasons I already mentioned. But there is a third option, and you're definitely not going to like this one. Emulation. Yes, I know, this is a very Nintendo thing to do. Let's just use emulation and upscale the resolution and call it a day. Nintendo did the same thing with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and it was frowned upon then, and it should definitely still be frowned upon if Sega decided to do the same thing. In my eyes, emulation is okay if you're using it for a collection of retro games like Sonic Mega Collection, for example, but for a quote-unquote modern remaster of a game, emulation would be a very scummy thing to do. But guys, this is the most cost-effective and convenient solution if Sega did decide to port Heroes. It wouldn't require too many resources, it wouldn't necessarily require third parties to get involved, and it wouldn't require defunct engines to be revived. This is definitely the way to go, but that wouldn't really leave us satisfied. But anyway, there you have it. I truly don't believe we will see a Sonic Heroes remaster for a very long time because of these reasons. This kinda sucks, yes, but if they were to remaster this game, I would want them to make it the best it could possibly be. Because personally, I don't really think Sonic Heroes is a good game. game. But that's going to end this video, everybody. Let me know what you would want to see in a potential Sonic Heroes remaster in the comments down below. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.